Hi, so this video hopes to give you some detailed instruction on how you can make your submission for the SynthRAD challenge in the test phase and how you can navigate through the Grand Challenge portal efficiently in order to do so. So a prerequisite of starting this would be that you follow our algorithm template GitHub repository and generate a tar.gz file which compresses all of your code into a Docker container that can be read by the Grand Challenge. If you had any issues in that phase, please open up a issue on GitHub or reach us on the forum for the SynthRAD challenge. All right, so we're here open on the SynthRAD 2023 challenge page, and let's go to submit. As soon as you go to submit, you can see all of these various phases here. So when you make your final submission, you would make it on the test task 1 and then test task 2. But in order to just test your Docker containers and see if they're working okay on some test samples, we have the preliminary test tasks here. So I'll just open one of these MRI tasks. And then you can see the create a new submission portal. And then you have various fields here that you can select and enter information for. So before you get started with this, what you need to do is you need to create an algorithm on Grand Challenge, and that's a specific kind of container on the Grand Challenge portal. So if you see this algorithm option, it's a drop down. So as soon as you create your algorithm, it will be available in this drop down. So let's go ahead and create an algorithm first. So you can see this link here saying that you can do so on this page. So I would ask you to go ahead and click on that, and it will ask you then to create an algorithm for the challenge. Let's add some information here, and you can just add a title. I'm just gonna call it a test Docker submission. I'm gonna leave the description empty, but if you have multiple submissions and want to keep track of them, feel free to add your descriptions. Image requires GPU. I'm going to disable this because the submission that I have right now is a dummy and it doesn't really need a GPU. But if you need your GPU, please go ahead and tick this. And then image requires memory GB. You can select how much of memory it might require. So I'm told that the maximum for this is 30 GBs. So I'm just going to leave it at 15 now, and then go ahead and save this. And then you see you have your if you go to the algorithms and then you see the test Docker submission, you have some information here. It tells you basically about the creator, what my contact is, etc. And then you just go to the containers tab here, and what you can do is as soon as you go to the containers tab, you have options to link your algorithm either to a GitHub repo or upload a valid algorithm container image. So we recommend you do the latter because we already have everything set up for you, but you can also do it through the GitHub repo if that's something you're interested in doing. And then I'm going to go ahead and click upload a container, and then there's several options, there's several fields here that you can just go through. So you have a text field here that shows you what the formats for the inputs and the outputs need to be. So in this case, or at least in our case for the challenge, we have all of this handled for you with the algorithm template repo. So all you need to do is upload the image here. So I've already saved some images here. I have a Docker for the CBCT, and then I have a Docker for the MRI. I'm going to select the MRI one because this is the MRI submission, and it's going to take some time to upload this. And yeah, I would say just wait for it to upload, and don't exit the page while it's uploading. If you have some models attached to this, it might take longer, and if you have rather heavy libraries attached to it, this is a very simple container that I've uploaded, which is about 340 megabytes. But if you have larger containers, then they will definitely take some more time to upload. So maybe you can go ahead and do something else while this uploads. All right, so once it's done uploading, you're going to see this tick mark here. And then once you have that, go ahead and save this container image, and then you can go back to your test, and then you see containers, and then you can see a status change here. Now this was empty earlier, but now it says container image uploaded, and then you see an import started mark here. So you'll need to wait for this import to start. Alright, so what I've done is I've gone ahead and refreshed this page a few times, and now you can see that the status has changed and it now says import completed and active. So I recommend you to go ahead and wait a bit and then refresh this page, and then you'll see the status change, and you can start using this container image now. So a nice feature with Grand Challenge is it actually lets you test how your containers perform with some dummy images. So you can just go to the tryout algorithm part here, and then once you do that, it will let you choose an MRI image and then a body image, and then you can submit it out. So in the MRI image field, I'm just gonna upload an image. So I have some sample MRI image here, and then I also have a body mask here. So feel free to upload some more images from the training set and just verify what this looks like here. And then I have both of them uploaded and they're ready to go, so I can just click submit now, and Grand Challenge will automatically start running the algorithm on these images, and you can see the status updates here. It's importing the images, and now it's going to start running the algorithm. So depending on how computer intensive your algorithm might be, this might again take some time. Usually it doesn't take too long, so if it indeed takes quite some time, then please feel free to open up another issue on the Grand Challenge forum, because this is mostly handled by Grand Challenge. And let's go ahead and wait a little bit while this finishes. You can of course also keep refreshing this page and wait for updates, or you can come back to it later and see if there's any updates as well. So once you give it some time, you should see that the running algorithm part is completed as well, and you can view the results from running the algorithm, and then it'll open up this algorithm result object, and then you can see that there's inputs that we added to it, and then an output as well. And you can also open the result in the viewer. So there's also an inbuilt viewer in Grand Challenge that lets you view the output images that you create through the algorithm and the inputs that you submit to it. So let me just click on that and show you what that looks like. So you can use this to verify the quality of your generated outputs and see what it looks like. So I have the image switcher here, and I'm just going to switch it to the synthetic CT, and I'll also just remove this. Alright, so I've just generated some dummy values here, so you can see that there's been a change. This is the MR image, and then this is the synthetic CT that has been generated through it. So you can see what that looks like now. Awesome. So what you can go ahead now and do is once you have this algorithm ready, you go back to the SynthRAD challenges, and you go to the submit, the original portal that I showed you, and you can just select your algorithm here. So this is the name of the algorithm that I had, test docker submission. You should have it available in the drop down. So all the algorithms that you create over time will populate in this drop down right here, and you can just click on save, and then you see you would have created the submission, and it shows queued initially, and then the status of this will also change. Executing algorithm, it's going to run over all the preliminary tests it does, and then it will give you an update as soon as the update is ready. So that's all about how you can submit your Docker containers zipped into the SynthRAD challenge portal. Thanks.